Well, Tony Dole's here with another rant. We got another Democrat debate coming up here on TV. There's 20 candidates. 20 candidates. A few of them are socialist. Bernie Sanders, he's one of them. And look, there was a time, they were called the McCarthy hearings, where people were put on trial for being socialist. All right. Socialism destroys countries. Absolutely it does. Every single socialist country has failed. Every one of them. Or they're in extreme poverty. Venezuela, Russia. China's one, run by the government. And everything's controlled by the government, including the internet, whatever you watch on TV, everything. It's a failed system. It always is. We're an imperialist capitalist system. We are the best nation on earth. Why would we want to change that? So just remember that if you decide to vote for the old Bernie Sanders, if you want to feel the burn. Because if you want to vote for Bernie Sanders and feel the burn, you're going to get burned. Realize that. Now look, folks, a lot of people are misunderstanding the fact that this country is the greatest country on earth. It is the greatest country on earth. Because if it wasn't, why would all these immigrants want to come here? Why wouldn't they go to another country? Because this is the greatest country on earth. Don't forget that. So here's what I'm going to say, folks. When you're going and you're going to decide on your vote this year, or well, not this year, but 2020, when you decide on your vote, and I'm not saying who to vote for. You want to vote Democrat, hey, you vote Democrat. If this is what makes this country great. If you want to vote Republican, you vote Republican. But understand this right here. The same people that voted for Barack Obama twice, same people who voted for him, also voted for Donald Trump. Realize that, because if they didn't, he wouldn't be in office. You know? All these people are going to be offering you everything you can imagine on TV. We're going to cut taxes. We're going to, give everybody free medical. We're going to do all this and that, but at what cost? At what cost are they going to do this? Number one, who's going to pay for that free health care? Think about that, folks. Who's going to pay for that? You think you got high taxes now? Yeah. Try that one. Yeah, it's going to go through the roof. They're also wanting to take away our firearms. Look, folks, let me say something about our constitutional right to bear arms. Okay? That doesn't mean have your sleeves rolled up, folks. That means you have a right to possess a firearm. It's not for hunting. The constitutional Second Amendment wasn't for hunting. It was for protecting your family, your property from a tyrannous government. That's what it's for. And as they sit there and they keep chipping away at our constitutional rights, folks, all of a sudden, if you got a medical marijuana card, you can't own a firearm. If you have a felony, you can't own a firearm. If you have mental issues, you can't have a firearm. They're just chipping away at it slowly and surely. Domestic violence, can't have a firearm, chipping away at it slowly. And I understand some of those things. They are wrong, folks. They are wrong. I mean, you shouldn't be doing any domestic violence and shouldn't be, doing anything, but fact of it is people do. But that doesn't mean your constitutional rights should be taken away for that, that means me as a felon, I can't own a firearm, right? Unless it's a black powder ball and cap. And then they'd still get you for possession of a deadly weapon. So you really can't win. But the fact of it is they still took away a constitutional right. That means I do not have a constitutional right, you do. Think about that, folks. And they're going to take it away even further. Now they're talking about this building the border wall and all that. Let me say this. And now they're talking about these a humanitarian crisis at the immigration stations and all this other stuff. Well, wait a minute. I thought the Democrats, when Trump was wanting to build the wall, was saying there was no crisis. But all of a sudden now there is a crisis. Things keep changing up too much, folks. These Democrats can't get their story straight. So I'm going to say this right here. Look, you want to vote for Donald Trump, come in, he's did a pretty damn decent job. And he's not a popular president. He's not popular, even though he's doing a bang-up job. And let me tell you why. Because he tells you the truth. And he puts it right in your face and tells you what needs to be done. No other presidents would do that. They'd beat around the bush or say they were going to do this or that, but could never get it done. And he does get it done. Okay? And what he said was he don't need to be popular. He's there to do a job and make this country fantastic. And it is, folks. Our country is wonderful right now. If you can't find a job right now, it's because you don't want to. It's that simple. Everybody's got jobs if they want them. That's a good president. You know, regardless of his popularity, don't give a fuck if he's, popular. You know, he's doing his job, and that's what he needs to do. You know, if you're at a construction site and you got a guy who is, we'll say concrete, if he's the finest finisher in the world, but he don't give a shit about what anybody else thinks about him, are you gonna fire him? No, he's doing his damn job. He's doing his job that he should do, right? So anyway, that's kind of how it is. So with this debate coming up, this Democrat debate, it's going to be a joke, folks. It is. It's going to be, everything in the world's going to be promised to you. And they're going to be talking about reparations. Come on, folks. Let me ask a question about reparations. Very, very simple question. First of all, I'm going to say the same old thing everybody else says. The majority of the folks here in America, their grandparents' weren't slaves. Okay? And how are they going to differentiate who was a slave and who wasn't? Because there's people that came over here after slavery. Some of the African people migrated over here after slavery. So how are they going to get reparations? And on top of that, how do they debate who pays for the reparations? If they say the white folks, let me ask this. Some of my family wasn't here during slavery. The majority of my family wasn't here during slavery. They were in Ireland or Germany, So, that where it goes. I mean, what if their family line never owned slaves at all? And then they still got to pay just because they're here? This is becoming a stupid topic, folks. And what it really does is it tells these folks, you know what? You ain't smart enough to succeed on your own, so we're going to give you a handout. That's basically what it's saying there, folks. That's what affirmative action said. That's what this bullshit reparations thing says. Everybody's trying to put their hand out. Gimme, 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 gimme. Why don't you go fucking work for it? Everybody else has to do that. Are you special? Are you something different? Because, 3 or 4 generations back, someone in your family may or may not have been a slave. Got your hand out. Gimme, 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 government. Come on, man. We don't do that. We go out there and work. Isn't that a special thing? Everybody wants to hate on the white people because the white people do their fucking job and work hard and support their family, and they're they got majority family unit, father, mother, and children all in the same household. I don't know, folks. I don't know. It's just America's getting stupid. They're starting to, everybody's starting to lean towards this, and the majority is migrants. So when I drive down in San Francisco, I see these people holding up, impeach Trump. Trump's a racist. How in the fuck is Trump a racist? I haven't seen one aspect of him ever doing anything racist except saying we need a border wall. We do need a border wall. We need it. I don't know. So, anybody wants to vote Democrat, hey, more power to you. If anybody wants to vote Republican, more power to you. But, you vote Democrat, you're going to get what you ask for, folks. And when that comes, a new government, you ain't going to like the new government, folks, because, pretty soon they're just going to do classism. Pretty soon, white folks will be the minority. White folks will be the ones they're trying to, and the Hispanics and the Chinese and all them, they're going to be the ones that have to sit there and pay all this reparations and all that other shit and then be discriminated against when they had nothing to do with anything, And here's another thing, the Irish were also indentured servants are considered slaves. But you don't hear them asking for reparations. You know why? They're not lazy fucking pussies. There you go. Tony Dole's told you. Y'all have a good day.